Okay, today's session is really simple. We're going to cover two movements. We're going to cover the pistol squat and the handstand push-up. Interestingly, we can train them exactly the same. So we're just going to use positions. So the top position, the bottom position, we're going to get comfortable there. We're going to work eccentrics, so slow down, and then we're going to work partial range all the way up to full range if you have it. So warm up, I'm just going to warm the hands and shoulders up. I'm going to go into some specific hip mobility and ankle mobility for the pistol squat. So normal wrist, shoulder and thoracic warm up for the handstands. So I'm just showing a quick warm up for the handstands. I'm going to do a little bit more for the hips and ankles because I'm tighter in those areas. So if you need to spend a little bit more time on your wrists and shoulders and prep yourself a little bit more, then obviously do that. Get yourself to a point where you can kick up to handstand and hold with control. Or if you're using the wall, that's fine, but kick up and feel comfortable on the hands and shoulders. So hips, I'm going to go into like pigeon position, really get a lot of space into the hips so I'm comfortable into a squat position. Now for ankles, I'm going to use the fisherman squat. So into this kneeling position here, and I'm just going to drive the knee as far forward as I can so that it lifts the heel at the back. And I'll just do some small bounces here. Now you might need lots of repetitions here. You could even do this one elevated. You could put a dumbbell or something on top of here, so increase the load to really try and get into this lower calf area. Now I'm going to try and do the pistol today barefoot. If you need to, you can elevate the heel. So you could wear shoes or you could just put a little riser underneath the heel. Now with both the pistol squat and the handstand push-up, we have a top position and a bottom position. Both of those positions we need to be comfortable with. So let's just first spend time there. So simple one with the handstand is just kicking up into a straight handstand and holding for, let's just hold for 20 seconds. Now if you're doing chest to wall handstand, that's fine, just do exactly the same thing. So up against the wall, try and keep the body one segment. If you're a bit more advanced, I'm also showing the option up on the P bars for an elevated, so to go towards deficit handstand push-ups. Now bottom position of the handstand push-up is really hard to hold on the floor, so I'm going to show two variations now. I'm going to show the deficit one, so the guys that are using the P-bars or a box. So that will be like your shoulder stand position, and I'm going to show a pike position for anybody else. Okay, now the same with the pistol squat. Now the bottom of the pistol squat, we might run into some issues straight away, so more mobility type issues. So we've got a couple of things we can do to make it slightly easier if you can't hold this bottom position. So ideally in the pistol squat, we should be able to hold this bottom position. So this one here. So again, 10, 15, 20 seconds there. If you can't hold that, we'll need to elevate the heel as one way of making it slightly easier. So I can put my foot up on like a mat. Or you could hold a weight out in front of you, which again makes that much easier to hold because it's counterbalancing you. So whichever one you go for, aim to get 15 to 20 seconds on each foot. Now obviously we're not going to train the top of the pistol squat because that's just standing up, and hopefully you can all stand up if you're going to do the pistol squats. So we're just going to jump into the eccentrics now. So this is starting at the top of the movements and then going down as slow and controlled through the range as we can. Now ideally with this we're going to accumulate or do one rep of 30 seconds. Now 30 seconds is a long time from start to finish all the way down, so most people will need to break this up into 3 to 5 reps. So first we have the handstand push-up. So the freestanding version would be this. The wall position would be this. And then deficit either on the P-bars or a box. And if you're not quite up to either of those, you could just go with the pike push-up. Now I'd always be going to the hardest variation of the eccentric that you can do. So you might be able to say get back up on the pike push-ups. If you can, you should be doing the wall eccentric. If you can get up on the floor handstand push-up, you should be doing the deficit eccentric. Now same again with the pistol squat, just an eccentric down. Now ideally it should be from your standing position. Again, we're going to try and accumulate 30 seconds. Just coming forwards, I'm reaching forwards as I come down. Try not to have any point where you drop in. And you can hold, show control, come back out. And obviously same thing on the other side. Now if we need to, we could do it with the heel lift. And or holding the plate. Now if you can't quite get the full range and you feel like you're going to fall over doing that using any of those options, you can hold on as well. So you could hold on to something as you go down. So if you've got a fixed bar or a band works well that's tied around something. So I'd be working 30 seconds time under tension per set. So like I say, it could be 3 sets of 10-second eccentrics. And anywhere between 2 to 5 sets, depending on what you're going to do in terms of the partial reps and the full reps. So now into the partial reps, same thing. I'm just going to come down with control to a target and come back up again. So starting in the top position. So freestanding would be something like this. I have the target in front of me. And then coming down, kissing the target. And then coming back up with control. Now obviously with the deficit, it could be where you're just going slightly below the normal position. So you might have something around this height to touch your head to and come back up. Or it could be if you're getting used to handstanding up on something high, the partial range might be the same range as that you're doing on the floor. So it might just be going up and down about this much, but you're getting used to that elevated surface. Now there I'll be going a little bit faster than the eccentrics because you're going up and down, but we still want to accumulate around 20 to 30 seconds time under tension per set. Now pistol squat exactly the same, but we're just going to use the step to sit down onto and come back up again. Now the step is good, but the downside with a step is you can't change the height of it. So ideally it would be something like a stack of weight plates or yoga blockers or something where you can gradually increase or decrease the height. But same idea, coming down with control. Now you could either actually sit on and get back up, but you can see there as I came back up I threw my weight forwards. Ideally we would just be kissing, so come down, kiss the butt cheek, come back up. Same, you could use both the heel lift or holding onto the weight and do the same thing. So I've got the heel lift now just to help me with that mobility. So you could use those as a warm-up to the actual real reps, so the full repetitions, or if you don't quite have the full reps, do your workout as all the eccentrics and the partials and then just have 1 or 2 attempts of the full reps. Now I can do the full reps, so I'm actually going to do my workout now and just use what I've just done as a warm-up to it. And I'm just going to superset the 2 movements, so handstand push-ups and pistol squat. So let me know down in the comments if you have any questions and how you found this combination of doing pistol squats and handstand push-ups. I'm going to continue with these follow-alongs at different levels, so make sure you subscribe. Thumbs up will be appreciated, and I'll speak to you next time. Thanks guys.